Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to NXT. Got ourselves a big night in store for us tonight, as we got Trish Stratus will be accompanying Lita down to the ring tonight in the singles matchup, as we are going to see Lita taking on Tiffany Stratton, your NXT Women's Champion. And ladies and gentlemen, in just 3 weeks' time, it is official. We saw Trish Stratus winning the triple threat matchup recently between Lita, herself, and Charlotte Flair. It was a good back and forth matchup, very extreme, you could say. Ultimately, Trish Stratus was able to walk out the winner, and now Trish will be taking on the undefeated NXT Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton. A lot of people I've seen on social media and all of our backstage interviews and everything here in WWE saying, hey, this is a dream matchup. Trish, she's a veteran in this business, a WWE Hall of Famer. She has accomplished so many great things in this business. And, you got Tiffany Stratton, up-and-comer, winner of the Women's NXT Breakout Women's Tournament. She's the NXT Champion. She's done a lot of great things. She's undefeated so far. But we're going to see if she can continue that, not only tonight and by facing Lita and stay undefeated, but can she take that winning streak that she currently has and being the best woman here in NXT and continue this all the way to NXT Spring Breakin and even further. And what she likes to say is, it is Tiffy time here in NXT, as it should be. NXT Championship looks very good around the waist of Tiffany Stratton. She's not your ordinary wrestler in the middle of that ring. She's able to outsmart her opponents, and she's able to get that job done. I mean, certainly you've seen her facing off with a lot of big names here in NXT, and she's been able to walk out victorious. So we're going to see if that continues, as we got the photography out and running. Everything is ready for this matchup, as this is a massive match live here to kick off NXT. As here we go, Lita, Tiffany Stratton, your NXT Women's Champion. Referee getting us ready here. Bell has rung. Let's see how this match pans out. As like we said, we are just 3 weeks away. Big time matches are coming your way from top to bottom. A lot of stuff to get into, especially your massive main event tonight. As we're gonna see, you're gonna see Alpha Academy, Chad Gable and Otis taking on the team of the Undisputed Era. It's going to be MJF and the return of Wardlow. We have not seen Wardlow for a good while, honestly, ever since WrestleMania season, if I remember correctly. NXT Stand and Deliver. He is currently your NXT Mr. Money in the Bank, can cash in that briefcase anytime, anywhere, and probably going to be guaranteed to be your next NXT champion. But the question is, when and where will that opportune time be? Could it be, I don't know if Kenny Omega, we do know Kenny Omega is here tonight. We're supposed to be hearing from Kenny Omega and Logan Paul, the challenger for the NXT Championship. Those two go to war coming up at NXT Spring Breakin, but we'll hear from both of those two in backstage segments later on. But, there's a lot of big time matches like we were talking about in the terms of MJF versus Chad Gable. Those two are going to lock horns at NXT Spring Breakin. Really looking forward to seeing that type of matchup. We're going to see how we're going to be going in the terms of Chad Gable. He's up and coming still, in the terms of in a singles career, if he wants to be single, in the terms of, obviously he has Alpha Academy himself, Kira Tozawa, Otis, and obviously Maxine Dupree here in NXT. But I'm sure, obviously, Chad Gable would love to get himself some singles championship gold very, very soon, as it looks like Lita was trying to twist to fate Tiffany Stratton there, but it was no longer Tiffy time for Lita there, and now we'll see if Tiffany Stratton can capitalize. Here we go, big power slam from Tiffany Stratton, just like that, able to change it up there, but Lita able to kick out. But like we mentioned, big time tag team matchup with the Undisputed Era and Alpha Academy later on tonight in your main event, as well as a big 6-man tag team matchup later on tonight, where we will see the D'Angelo family taking on the LWO. You got Stacks, you got Tony D'Angelo, the current NXT North American Champion. You got Baron Corbin as well, and the D'Angelo family taking on Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and Carlito. Carlito winning a big-time battle royal recently, to where he is going to be going on to face off with Tony D'Angelo live in just a couple weeks' time for that NXT North American Championship. Big time matchup for Tony D'Angelo. Carlito's been in this business for a very long time, as Tiffany Stratton suicide dive, taking out Lita. Down she goes. It's been a good back and forth matchup so far here live tonight. And now look at Tiffany Stratton. Oh, goodness, what a maneuver on the outside there. And Tiffany Stratton is just eating this up and continuing to take out Lita at the exact moment. This might be the moment where Tiffany Stratton tosses her in the ring like she does and go for the pinfall. Why not? As look, Lita right back up to her feet, trying to see if she can catch her off guard. Does not. And let's see if Tiffany Stratton can maybe put away Lita. Go big scoop slam. No! Reversal there. And now this is where Lita might be able to capitalize. Big Russian leg sweep. And for Tiffany Stratton, you do not want to keep Lita in this matchup any longer. You keep Lita in this matchup too long, it's going to be game over for you. As, Lita, high risk, high reward situation here. Lita going for a Hurricane Rana, and she takes down Tiffany Stratton. This, especially you gotta cherish these moments, especially with Lita and Trish Stratus. You just never know how many times you're gonna see them have those tag team matches, and especially singles matches here in WWE. As now Lita, gonna go for the hook of the leg pinfall opportunity. 2. Big strong kick out from Tiffy time. And this is where Lita needs to dig down deep here, try to do what she can and walk out victorious. But it looks like Tiffany realizes what Lita may be trying to set up here, and this is where Tiffany Stratton is trying to figure out and put down Lita and really send a message to Trish Stratus, who is at ringside currently. And now Tiffy time again. Big time maneuver there with that power slam. Is this enough? No. And I think for Tiffany Stratton, you got to start thinking moonsaults here. Maybe, we've seen the suicide dives, and I'm not saying that does not work, but certainly I think there's going to be some times where you got to be aggressive here, as Lita tossing her over the top rope. And right now, looks like Tiffany Stratton not too phased right now, as both women back inside the ring here. Tiffany Stratton throwing her on the apron. Almost like a little variation of a twist of fate, I would say, from Tiffany Stratton. As now Stratton, this ain't gonna end well for somebody here. Stratton with a missile drop kick takes down Lita, and just like that, we are back to essentially a 50-50 ball game between both of these women. Lita trying to get out of there, drops kicks that right knee there. Lita, twist of fate out of nowhere, connects to the NXT Women's Champion. Are we going to see a count-out victory here live on NXT to kick us off here? And looks like Lita not going to allow that to happen. She wants to have a pinfall victory, I would assume, or even a submission victory, and have a massive win here. Imagine if Lita could somehow sneak into this one-on-one contest between Tiffany Stratton or Tiffany Stratton versus Trish. But obviously, I think Lita wouldn't be the type of woman to do that in the terms of trying to take a big match away from her tag team partner Trish Stratus. As Lita all fired up here, trying to play some mind games there with Tiffany Stratton as she connects with a different variation of a Samoan drop, taking down Lita as these women continue going back and forth. This has been a great opening bout, ladies and gentlemen. Great matchup, and we'll see if it will only continue. Big forearm strike here. Tiffany Stratton. Here we go. Corkscrew right through the air. That might be it. 2. No, Lita kicks out. Very surprising. Lita digging down deep here. And Lita's got to figure out something very quickly here. Lita, big boot to the midsection. That may help her. Let's see if she can pull out a twist of fate or maybe a swanton bomb. Goodness. That DDT will help you out there. Anything at this exact moment to really dig yourself down deep. If you're able to hit it once, she hits it twice. Might as well go for the trifecta, Lita. You were able to do it twice there. Why not? Oh, and oh, nice rebound clothesline there from Lita. And now Lita, uh-oh, is she in the landing zone? Possibly Swanton? No. Uh-oh. Moonsault there from Lita. And now this opportune time, you really got to believe, okay, hey, you know, for Lita, she's hit those twist of fates at ringside. She's hit that moonsault. You know, Tiffany Stratton, she's hit, you know, a corkscrew through the air as well. As, oh, look at this submission hold here. Trying to loosen up Lita there. As back and forth we go. You got to think that next big maneuver in this match has to be it. At least you got to believe so, personally. As, oh, this ain't going to be a good spot to be. As, oh my goodness. Brutal spot here. As now Lita, through the middle rope, a suicide dive. Down goes Tiffany Stratton, your NXT Women's Champion. And right now, if you're Trish Stratus, you got to be loving what you're seeing, because, you know, obviously there's still 3 weeks. You know, Tiffany Stratton can be 100%, and we don't know what type of matches Trish Stratus might be in from here to there. But right now, your NXT Women's Champion's in danger of losing this matchup and has gone through hell and back so far. As a brutal power bomb on the barricade there from Lita to Trish, or to Tiffany, pardon me. That is not going to be a good feeling. And now again, another variation of a DDT there. And now, are we going to have ourselves a count out? We're at an 8 now. Tiffany Stratton's got to figure out something. Lita is going to connect with, oh, I think she was going to go with the Hurricane Rana, but she's going to possibly pay with a powerbomb maybe? And Lita realizes that she's going to be in extreme danger, and she was able to slide out of it as she tosses Tiffany Stratton right into that barricade. Back and forth. Great matchup so far. We've already mentioned some great matches that are going to be coming our way. Oh no! Suicide dive head first. And that right there may be the point in this matchup. This changes everything. Oh, Lita fighting back. Uh-oh, twist of fate on the kendo stick. Well, actually, I think maybe from that view, she luckily did not get hit with that kendo stick. But still a twist of fate outside there. And right now, Lita has the momentum to take this ball and take it into her corner and win this matchup. So you got Trish Stratus taking off that turnbuckle padding. Maybe get a little extreme here. Maybe send a message to Tiffany Stratton. Here we go, big pinfall. Is this it? No, Stratton kicks out. 2.5. How many more big-time maneuvers can Tiffany Stratton take at this opportune time? Big old leg drop there from Lita. Is this enough? 2. No, and Tiffany Stratton kicks out. How much more can these women take, ladies and gentlemen? I don't think there could be much more. Honestly, these women have destroyed each other at points in this matchup where you think there's no coming back. And certainly, it just seems like there's nothing more they can do but somehow just dig down deep and figure out something quickly. Lita with those big haymakers, just trying to decide what she really needs to do at this opportune time. As now, uh-oh, here comes Tiffany Stratton. No, basement drop kick right there to the knee, but Lita continuing to fight back. And that's what she needs to do at this opportune time. And for Tiffany Stratton, this is all about survival right now. As, oh, wait a minute. Tiffany Stratton. Oh, no, this ain't good. This is not going to be good. Tiffany Stratton with a back suplex halfway across the ring. Absolutely destroying Lita here. And, oh, no, Tiffany Stratton halfway across the ring. Frog splash there to Lita. And Lita, that I believe that she's got to be, you know, the adrenaline flowing through her. She did the right thing, the veteran thing, rolling out the way. But no, she just, not only Lita getting taken out, but so did Trish Stratus. Absolute craziness coming to a head here. As now, oh no, Tiffany Stratton with a cheap shot there. Now trying to take out Trish Stratus. Every means possible here tonight. Tiffany Stratton absolutely loving what she's doing so far here tonight. We are now at a 6. Lita taking her sweet time as she should. I don't know how much more she can take at this opportunity. Oh, tilt-a-whirl backbreaker there from Tiffany Stratton. What a maneuver. But now look at Lita. Look at Lita with a snapmare. Pure adrenaline at this moment. Just when you thought maybe Tiffany Stratton might be able to, finish the tide, change the tide of this matchup, it's going in the favor of Lita here. Now Lita waiting for Tiffany Stratton to get up to her feet and connects with a beautiful, and you could say very beautiful, Hurricane Rana into a big clothesline. Lita now looking to continue here. Is now, oh no! And I think Lita did that inadvertently. I don't know if she saw Trish do it, but Lita, she tossed her in that exposed turnbuckle padding, and you could definitely say that is going to favor Lita from this point going. As now Lita, oh, wait a minute. Realizing Trish is going to do her own thing. Luckily she didn't try to dive at her. But right now, Lita and company here have Tiffany Stratton right where you want her. Gonna try to submit Tiffany Stratton. Referee right there. He's trying to deal with something though, I believe. It looks like he's trying to deal with something else. But now Tiffany Stratton able to maybe break it up. Yes, she does. What a matchup so far. And now Tiffany Stratton with a big clothesline. At this opportunity, ladies and gentlemen, what else can these women do? Wait a minute, Lita, getting rolled up here. Is this it? No. Oh, now it's time. It's time for Tiffany Stratton, maybe. No. Back and forth we go. Tiffany Stratton, here we go. Pinfall. Can she steal it? No. Back and forth we go. Basement drop kick there from Tiffany Stratton as well. Oh my goodness. This honestly, ladies and gentlemen, feels like the type of matchup you would see on a premium live event. Honestly, from what we're seeing tonight, this is a match that will change careers, certainly. Oh no, throwing him into the referee. I think maybe Lita, I don't know what she was possibly thinking, just trying to honestly get back in this matchup any way possible. And here we go, Tiffany Stratton, here we go, right behind the referee's back. That certainly could be it, ladies and gentlemen. Tiffany Stratton, it's Tiffy time. Here we go, big time frog splash. But I don't think, here we go, Trish Stratus trying to get in the head of Tiffany Stratton. We saw this just a little bit ago, and now Lita from behind taking out that left knee. Certainly, this is the time to do it if you are Lita here. Big reversal from Tiffany Stratton. And roll up. Can she steal it? Two. No, so close. I think at this point, Tiffany Stratton's just trying to get the heck out of this matchup. And do you blame her? As this matchup continues, ladies and gentlemen, still plenty more to come, especially tonight. Natalya versus Tegan Nox, a matchup certainly that we're all looking forward to. Those two women will be a part of a tag team matchup coming up very soon. As, wait a minute. Hold on, Tiffany Stratton with that corkscrew like we saw earlier. Is this it? Yes, it is. Stratton digs down deep. We'll talk about Natalya and Tegan Nox later on tonight. But Tiffany Stratton pulling out a massive win tonight here. And Tiffany Stratton getting her hands back on Trish Stratus here. Lita's down and out. Tiffany taking out the trash here. Oh, this is brutal. This is sign of things to come. Coming up, ladies and gentlemen, very, very soon. Coming up in 3 weeks' time. Tiffany Stratton doesn't care. She's taking out Lita. She's taking out Trish. She does not give a damn. She is on cloud 9, ladies and gentlemen, and she will continue to take out everybody and everybody tonight here on NXT. And it's a shame it's gone this way, but it's going to. And a DDT taking out Trish here. And now Tiffany Stratton taking out Lita as well. What in the heck are we watching here? Well, that certainly felt like a match of the year candidate for sure, ladies and gentlemen. But now we get into some singles action. We get to some New Day versus the Undisputed Era. We're going to see Xavier Woods take on Adam Cole. Bye-bye. And for obviously New Day, Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods looking to get those NXT Tag Team Championships, and they've been around WWE ever since the beginning here in Universe Mode, and certainly they are looking to become Grand Slam Tag Team Champions. They've done it on Raw, they've done it on SmackDown, and if I do remember correctly, NXT would do the trifecta. And that right time very well could be in 3 weeks' time for those Tag Team Championships. But it certainly will not be easy. You got 4 superstars in this group in the Undisputed Era that are not afraid to get their hands dirty. Adam Cole being the leader of the Undisputed Era. You got Hangman Adam Page. Also you got MJF, everyone's favorite scumbag, as well as your current NXT Mr. Money in the Bank, Wardlow. And we'll see them later on tonight in that tag team main event. But right now, we're going to see Adam Cole and Adam Page make their way down to the ring right now. Currently, your NXT Tag Team Champions. We're going to see how they fare in singles action leading up to this event. It's going to be certainly, big time matches. Adam Cole, Xavier Woods. Next week, it's going to be Adam Page and Kofi Kingston as of right now. So, it's all about momentum, but as well as, those aren't going to be tag team matches. These are singles matches until we get to that NXT Breakin pay-per-view, Spring Breakin pay-per-view, or premium live event, whatever you'd like to really call it. But this is certainly a time to, to continue their utter dominance. I mean, for the Undisputed Era, you had the NXT Tag Team Championships, you had that Money in the Bank briefcase, so a lot of things are going in their favor at this moment, but anything could very well change, especially if the New Day get what they want, and that is walking out with those NXT Tag Team Championships at Spring Breakin. And for the Undisputed Era, they've always been compared to those major groups, especially the NWO, and how fitting is it for them to come out to this NWO theme music and everything like that. It is certainly, I don't know if you want to call it a mockery of it, certainly, but with what the younger Undisputed Era, I would say definitely they could treat themselves that way with how they got business done, but this NWO has got a lot to get done if they ever want to get to being the NWOs. Like I said, even close to it, I would say. As the referee rings the bell, here we go. Adam Cole, Xavier Woods. Let's see how these two tear down this house. We just saw Tiffany Stratton and Lita tear down this house, and we'll see if this house can be put back together whatsoever. So look at this. Oh, big stomp on the head. But I'm going to go ahead and continue back to my thought I was trying to say before Tiffany Stratton into that matchup just a little bit ago. Natalya versus Tegan Nox later on tonight, where those two little showcase of what we're going to be seeing coming up at NXT Spring Breakin, where we're going to see Natalya and Tamina team to take on Tegan Nox and Shotzi Blackheart in that women's tag team matchup, where we're going to be crowning NXT Women's Tag Team Champions. We have not had that in quite a long time, just due to the lack of numbers, but certainly we have plenty of numbers here in with the draft that happened a while back and everything. So Adam Pearce, he said, hey, this is the perfect time. Let's bring it back. And, well, coming up at Spring Breakin, you're going to see it. Is Adam Cole taking his sweet time with the Adam Cole. Bye-bye. Big clothesline misses. Big block by Xavier Woods. Woods tasting his own blood right now. Will this be able to get Xavier Woods right now to, I would say dig down deep? Because right now, you get that blood flowing through your head. You're bleeding. It possibly could get in your eyes, roll down your face, whatever. It could become a distraction, and Adam Cole might be able to capitalize. So it's one of those things, ladies and gentlemen, you just got to kind of wait and see how it pans out. As Xavier Woods just digging it in, talking a little trash there to Adam Cole as we go back and forth in this matchup. As back in the corner we go here. Uh-oh. Something's not going to end good here for one of these gentlemen. Look at Xavier Woods. Highly underrated is Xavier Woods there. Strong kick out from Adam Cole. Back and forth we go. Both these guys are highly, highly underrated superstars. I would say Xavier Woods more than Adam Cole. Adam Cole has accomplished a lot in his career, especially here in Universe Mode, as a pinfall opportunity from Adam Cole. But a strong kick out. Certainly Xavier Woods being one of the lengthy tag team champions here in Universe Mode with himself and Kofi Kingston. Adam Cole's accomplished a lot of stuff singles-wise, from WWE champion, Royal Rumble winner, being a multi-time NXT champion, former United Kingdom champion. There's a lot of stuff that Adam Cole has been able to do in his career, which is an amazing thing to do. And a lot of people cannot say they have, as, oh, look at this. Xavier Woods catching Adam Cole there. And right now, Xavier Woods has to be very careful because he did run into that exposed turnbuckle padding. Xavier Woods here. Oh, he's going to walk the tightrope here. Big elbow to Adam Cole. Bye-bye. Will that be enough for Woods to pull off a massive win here? Yes, it is. Big win tonight for Xavier Woods. I wasn't sure how this matchup was going to go after Woods got thrown into that exposed turnbuckle padding. But look, Woods is bleeding, he's surviving, and he's looking great as he plays with Francesca there, ladies and gentlemen. But right now, we are going to head to the back, and we are going to talk to Logan Paul. Hello, everyone. My name is Pat McAfee. I am one of your backstage correspondents here in NXT, and I would like to thank Adam Pearce for allowing me to have my presence and my colleagues with me, bringing here to NXT to bring a lot of very, I would say, very professional journalism to NXT. But I am here with Logan Paul, the challenger for Kenny Omega's NXT Championship, and I got a couple questions for Logan Paul here tonight. Now, Logan, I know you've been prepping, and we've kind of been talking before this interview a little bit, kind of what your expectations are, your training schedule and everything. And while we have the camera rolling here, Logan, what exactly do you have all prepped up for leading into this matchup that is literally going to be the biggest matchup of your whole entire career, since you're challenging for that NXT Championship and facing off with one of the best wrestlers in the entire world today? Look, Pat, it's simple as this. I'm not afraid of Kenny Omega. He could be the best damn wrestler in the world today. I don't care. I've faced a lot of different wrestlers since coming in here to not only Raw, SmackDown, NXT, whatever it may be, but there's only one Logan Paul, and no one, and I do mean no one, is in my league. A lot of people are expecting me not to even have a chance to stand toe-to-toe in that ring with Kenny Omega. Yes, like I said, he may be one of the best wrestlers in the world today, but he's not a Logan Paul. He doesn't have the experience like I do in terms of barely being in this business for a couple years and already being better than 90% of this roster here, especially down here in NXT. These guys are full of chumps. Nobody is on my level. In 3 weeks, I'm going to show Kenny Omega how damn good I am. And in 3 weeks' time, I'm taking that NXT championship away from him. And everyone's going to be surprised. But the only person that's not going to be surprised is the man that you're looking at right here, right now, Pat. Now, while you excuse me, I got some more training to do. And I got some more sponsorships for myself to be signing. So, shoo. Well, thanks for your time, Logan. I did say I had a couple questions, but if you want to leave it at that, we can. Ladies and gentlemen, I will be back here later on tonight towards the end of this episode as I will be having a sit-down interview time with Kenny Omega, your NXT champion, and he'll have some time to kind of respond to his challenger at NXT Spring Breakin. Ladies and gentlemen, we are now back, and now we got ourselves a 6-man tag team matchup between the D'Angelo family and the LWO. Certainly two different styles of professional wrestling, and there is one of the muscle for the Don of NXT, that being Baron Corbin. Obviously, we know we got Stacks, and there on the left-hand side there, you got the NXT North American Champion, Tony D'Angelo. And like we said, we are just 3 weeks away from that big time championship defense for Mr. D'Angelo. And for Tony D'Angelo, with facing off a man like Carlito, who I would say more than likely will be in the WWE Hall of Fame one day, certainly with a win over Carlito, will only help your championship reign here in NXT. We'll see, especially how it goes. I mean, you have Baron Corbin and Stacks there here in the group for the D'Angelo family, but doesn't always work out the way you want it to, especially when it comes to family and championships. But you know how the Don works. He will get the job done one way or another, especially as the NXT North American Champion. He has the money to do anything, especially if he wants to keep that championship around, if he has to, negotiate some rules, make some money deals, he may have to do that. As now here comes the LWO. Here comes Santos, or I should say Rey Mysterio, pardon me, Dragon Lee, as well as Carlito. And it looks like they may be coming out here separately, which isn't not a bad idea. Kind of make the Don and company kind of wait here. But Rey Mysterio, WWE Hall of Famer, the leader of the LWO, certainly would love to get himself some championship gold. Former United States champion here in Universe mode. Certainly a lot to expect with Rey Mysterio. With watching these older superstars still being around here today, it's a lot of our childhood heroes, especially what Rey Mysterio has accomplished in his career, and even having Carlito that's still around, that's awesome. But when it comes to John Cena, Randy Orton, and these other superstars that have been, in our childhood still wrestling, it's absolutely awesome to really see that. As now, let's see who makes their presence known here. Coming up next, live here on NXT, it's going to be either Carlito or Dragon Lee. And it is Dragon Lee, ladies and gentlemen. A very impressive young man is Dragon Lee. Certainly, you could very well say one of the biggest names here in NXT. Get himself an opportunity to get that ball rolling, and I think this man very well, maybe he could be the one. If Carlito isn't the one to take away that NXT North American Championship, Dragon Lee could be that man, or even Rey Mysterio. You just never know here in NXT. The crop of talent that we have right now is outstanding. We even saw a battle royal recently here with the massive names that are coming here to NXT. With the big names like Obafemi. We saw obviously Carlito won that big matchup recently here on NXT, but certainly, like we're saying, Obafemi is the big name. We saw Joe Hendry is going to be here in NXT for the foreseeable future. We'll see when all that stuff is going to be coming into play. And also, Ethan Page, All Ego Ethan Page being signed here to NXT. That's a massive name here as well. So, and I could list off everybody that was in that Battle Royal that is going to be here in NXT and signed for the foreseeable future and everything. But, are we going to see them from, now for the next couple weeks, or are we going to be seeing, all the matches that are going to be leading up into NXT Spring Breakin? That's going to be up to Adam Pearce, but certainly I believe it'd be a great time to really do it after NXT Spring Breakin and really let it go. But you never know. We'll see how it goes. But certainly a lot of potential threats and changes coming up here to NXT. But there is Carlito, ladies and gentlemen, member of the LWO. The LWO is certainly stacked. Certainly got a bunch of members. Even got Selena Vega. We'll talk about that more as the matchup is officially started. We got Stax and Rey Mysterio kicking us off in this matchup here. Going for the Irish whip right into the corner. That is not going to be feeling too good, I can tell you that. Oh, goodness. Bouncing his head right off that top turnbuckle padding. But like we said, as this matchup continues, still a couple more matches still to come tonight, including Natalya and Tegan Nox. A little preview of the Women's Tag Team Championship matchup coming up very soon. Let's look at that. Rey Mysterio defying the odds up there in the skies, taking down Stax there. But also tonight, big main event between Alpha Academy and the Undisputed Era. Okay, MJF and Wardlow. Wardlow just ever since, man, he has been a dominant man. Dominant. And if I do remember correctly, we haven't really seen him much ever since WrestleMania, but he's coming back with a vengeance, man. He's looking to be world champion coming up here very, very soon. And that question is, who will he, or I should say, when will he be cashing in that Money in the Bank briefcase on Kenny Omega? Could it be at Spring Breakin? Could it be at the end of the year? Could it be Royal Rumble weekend, Survivor Series weekend? There's plenty of time for Wardlow to let that Money in the Bank briefcase kind of, I don't know, maybe play mind games, kind of let it bask by itself type of thing, to let it season a little bit and kind of pick that right opportune time, because you just never know who Kenny Omega is going to be facing from now to whenever. And if Omega's down and out, depending on his opponent, you pick the right opportune time. Wardlow's not the type of superstar that's going to be just saying, oh yeah, I'm going to challenge you this date and I want you to be ready for me. No, that Wardlow, the warpath that this warhorse, this monster that he has set out, the way that he's been, been over this past year. I mean, certainly if I'm Kenny Omega, you got to be very, very careful. But obviously Kenny Omega, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world today. He knows what he's doing, especially when it comes to challengers and people talking trash and whatnot. He lets his actions get done in the ring. Yes, I'm sure if he needs to, he'll talk a little bit of trash back, but I don't think he's necessarily worried. But he's definitely going to have to keep eyes behind his head for sure. There's Rey Mysterio here. Looking for a power bomb. But no, Stax is like, no, thank you, Mr. Mysterio. And now Stax with just those big haymakers. That is not going to be feeling too good. And my question is for everybody. We're going to kind of talk about Baron Corbin now, that joined up with Tony D'Angelo and company a while back here in NXT. My question is, do you guys think that's a good fit for Baron Corbin? He's joined the family of Tony D'Angelo and Stax here. The Don taking him under, trying to, use him as a bodyguard, the muscle of the group. I don't think it's a bad idea. As Dragon Lee with the DDT on the apron, spiking him on his head. Dragon Lee now coming after Stax here. This man is very, very impressive, ladies and gentlemen. Certainly a man that, like I said, he has so much championship potential. But obviously this man probably needs definitely get some more matches underneath his belt for sure. But like I said, Dragon Lee, very special talent that certainly could change the trajectory of a lot of careers here in WWE. Both these men need to get back inside this ring to avoid a count out, I would say. Stacks realizing that. No, look at that. The family, the D'Angelo family, stealing one here tonight. Hey, a victory is a victory, ladies and gentlemen. Not the type of matchup you wanted to see tonight, but hey, that's how the Don and the company work. Get a win at any means possible. A countout is still a win. Win for the family. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Tegan Nox versus Natalya here to continue NXT. And look at Natalya. Disrespectful, and Tegan Nox returning the disrespect, getting in the head of Natalya. Hey, if you don't want to give her a damn handshake, that's exactly what you're gonna that's what you're gonna get slapped in the face. And now Tegan Nox coming right out of the gate, coming right out of Natalya. And like we mentioned, ladies and gentlemen, the disrespect is there. You know, if you're gonna dish it out, you're gonna have some karma coming right back at you. And this is what you love to see from Tegan Nox, coming right out of the gate. Former Miss Money in the Bank, former women's champion. Despite not having it too long there, I mean, it gives her plenty of upside in her future, and hopefully it will lead her somewhere, and especially it could lead her to those NXT Women's Tag Team Championships in just a couple weeks' time, with herself and Shotzi Blackheart teaming to take on Natalya and Tamina. And obviously, when you have a team like Natalya and Tamina, you know, the experience is there, more experience than what Tegan and Shotzi bring to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. So it's one of those things where, you know, who do you believe is going to walk out with those championships? Does the experience come through here, or does the ability of Tegan and Shotzi working together? Because both teams have won the women's tag team championships before. They're on Raw and SmackDown with those women's tag team championships, so they know how to win the women's tag team championships. Obviously, this NXT Women's Championship coming back finally after, you know, not having enough tag teams. I think this is a perfect time to see those tag teams step up and have these other ladies step up, especially these women that don't necessarily get the opportunity to, let's say, challenge for the NXT Women's Championship or whatnot. Hey, you know, you have a partner, you have a good friend. Hey, maybe try to go after those Women's Tag Team Championships. Try to do something to get yourself known here on NXT. As Natalya with a big old face-busting plant right there on the ground, and looks like Natalya is going to go for another one, but nice reversal from Tegan Nox. Realized that, hey, I'm in a bad spot. I need to do something. As now Tegan, after tossing Natalya at the ringside, Tegan Nox talking some trash to Natalya. Good back and forth here early on. Like we mentioned, these two women will be a part of that women's NXT Tag Team Championship match in just a couple weeks' time, live there at NXT Spring Breakin. Also tonight we have that massive matchup between Alpha Academy, Otis and Chad Gable, taking on MJF and Mr. Money in the Bank, Wardlow. And if I do remember correctly, this will be the first time we've seen Wardlow since NXT Stand and Deliver weekend, where he did win that Money in the Bank briefcase. Natalya with that suplex into the pinfall, but Tegan Nox still fighting at this moment. And also, ladies and gentlemen, we do have some breaking news. Normally, that it was scheduled to be the main event with Otis, Chad Gable versus MJF, Wardlow, but now, due to the countout victory, hold on, Tegan Nox with the pinfall, but a strong kick out from Natalya, we will have a rematch from earlier on tonight, that six-man tag team match, matchup that was a countout. We are now going to see those six competitors fight in a six-man tag team tornado tag team matchup. So it will be the D'Angelo family versus the LWO in a six-man tornado tag team matchup later on tonight. Big matchup coming your guys' way, and I'm glad our NXT general manager was able to remake that matchup. The D'Angelo family thought they were going to be able to kind of shy away, get that count-out victory without, you know, having to get too deeply involved tonight, and obviously that changed There's a big spine buster there from Tegan. Can she steal one here after that spine buster? No. But Natalya with a strong kick out, and this is where Tegan needs to out-wrestle Natalya, and that is something that's very rarely done with how technically sound Natalya is here in WWE. And Tegan Nox saying, hey, I'm using my smarts, but, well, there's karma right there. Natalya was able to hit a kip up, and right now she is back on the offensive. It's one of those things you may not think Natalya is. I mean, she can go from the top of the card to the bottom of the card. She can be all over the place. Ooh, big choke slam there from Tegan Nox. Now she's looking to put away Natalya. Big spinning heel kick into the shiniest wizard. Right there to Natalya. Is that enough to put away Natalya? 2, 3. Yes, it is. Big win from Tegan Nox. She was fired up today. Natalya tried to disrespect Natalya tried disrespecting Tegan Nox. Tegan Nox put her in her place tonight. Good back and forth competitive match, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue here live on NXT. As here comes Alpha Academy, big matchup tonight, big tag team matchup, but no, here comes the Undisputed Era, MJF, Wardlow, Mr. Money in the Bank, just beating down Chad Gable and Otis at this moment. These sadistic men, ladies and gentlemen, these guys do not care, especially, but look at Otis, 2-for-1 specials to MJF and Wardlow, does not care. Big old bulldozer that is Otis. He is going to run through both of them if he has to. And that's what the Undisputed Era is all about, ladies and gentlemen. Just the disrespect that they show here on a night-to-night basis. Trying to get the upper hand, anything possible. And like we mentioned, in a couple weeks' time, Chad Gable will be taking on MJF one-on-one. Good old wrestling match coming our way. You know, Chad Gable, you know, it's going to be a big match for him. You got MJF in that main event picture. You got Chad Gable. I mean, he's known for being a tag team specialist in terms of winning championships with whoever he's partnered up with. But also, hey, I'm sure he wants that breakout moment. And Otis is going to help him out reach that. But obviously, Otis wants to be, you know, champion 2 type of thing. But in a tag team, there's times where you want to work to help your fellow tag teamers. Look at this. Otis and Chad Gable working great together despite being attacked early on. And now Wardlow, big Hurricane Rana. Wardlow is just such a beast, man. And he last year destroyed anyone and everyone, general manager-wise, everyone that was in his way. And look at Wardlow, powerbomb, MJF meeting him with an elbow. Man, these guys are going to be something for the future, I can tell you that. Wardlow's the one that woke up, or I should say MJF is the one that woke up Wardlow, ladies and gentlemen. Wardlow was a part of the Blackpool Combat Club at one time with Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, and even Cesaro. And, you know, Wardlow was kind of not really doing too much. You know, everyone else was getting opportunities. Bryan Danielson, Jon Moxley, those guys were getting opportunities. Cesaro was getting opportunities. But Wardlow, you know, wasn't getting in any help, per se, from that group. And MJF saying, hey, man, you gotta, you know, make an opportunity out of yourself. You can't wait. You're literally getting stepped on. And for Wardlow, he, you know, took that as, hey, you know, he's not wrong. I'm not doing much. There's a big power bomb there, almost like a last ride version there from Wardlow. It's a big breakup there from Otis, but you know, something snapped in him, and Wardlow dismantled all of the Blackpool Combat Club. Even took him out there at Survivor Series weekend at War Games, NXT War Games. So I mean, there's a lot going on there, and especially Wardlow going on to NXT Stand and Deliver, winning that Money in the Bank briefcase, and he can cash in anytime, anywhere. And he even told Kenny Omega, man, hey, sooner rather than later, I'm going to be taking that NXT championship away from you. You better have eyes behind your head. But the question is, for Wardlow, when is the right opportune time? Does he do it in a couple weeks' time at NXT Spring Breakin? Does he wait? It's just one of those things that I mean, we saw it tonight. They're attacking from behind. They're gonna make sure their opponents aren't 100%. So anytime, anywhere, it's gonna probably be the best time. And this is Wardlow's first match since NXT Stand and Deliver, if I do remember correctly. So he's might have some ring rust right now, but so far he doesn't look too bad against Chad Gable and Otis, everything considering. And maybe that was a I guess you could say a mindset going into it. So saying, hey, Wardlow hasn't had a match in a while. If we attack our opponents from behind, maybe we can make sure they're not 100% type of thing. As Wardlow looking for the hot tag he does. And here comes MJF. Going to meet Otis in that corner. Rebound clothesline. Here comes MJF with a big clothesline. I mean, if that was a strategy going into it, that's pretty good for MJF and Wardlow, but you just never know. But personally, for me, that would make sense. If you decided to attack your opponent from behind, get the upper hand, you haven't wrestled in quite a long time, you're Mr. Money in the Bank, why not, get the upper hand? As MJF just kicking the big man while he's down there. The ultimate disrespect. That I don't think you want to do that to a man like Otis. You literally piss him off. You don't want that big guy getting all pissed off as MJF just making fun of everything, just soaking this in. Chad Gable all fired up here. Look at Gable here, the technician that he is. Man, one day whenever he's able to get a singles championship, man, he is gonna be wrecking shop, man. This guy has so much potential, man, and we've seen it in tag team matches all over, especially in the groups he's been in, from obviously Alpha Academy now, a part of Apollo Cruz's crew, Cruise Control back in the day, with Apollo Cruz, Buddy Murphy. We had obviously Otis, Chad Gable in that. So, and even before that, you had American Alpha, Chad Gable, and Jason Jordan. So, I mean, he's a tag team technician to its finest, ladies and gentlemen. As a backstabber there to Otis, are we going to have ourselves a count-out victory here? Yes, we do. Count-out victory here live. Unfortunately, you hate to see it again, but hey, Wardlow, MJF get the win. And ladies and gentlemen, up next, we are going backstage to Pat McAfee as he has an interview with the NXT champion, Kenny Omega. Ladies and gentlemen, I am currently backstage here with your NXT champion and one of the men that is considered one of the best wrestlers in the whole entire world. That is Kenny Omega. And Omega, thank you so much for joining with me. And I do have a couple questions for you about Logan Paul and your NXT championship title defense very, very soon. Now, Kenny, I know I've watched your matches on YouTube and even Japan and all over the place, and now here in NXT. Now, you faced off with some really good professional wrestlers. How does Logan Paul compare to those other wrestlers that you've wrestled with? And also, how are you feeling about your championship defense coming up in just a couple weeks' time? Well, Pat, it's simple as this, man. Logan Paul is not even close to those professional wrestlers that I've wrestled in New Japan, and even the wrestlers that I've fought so far here in NXT. NXT is talented, but there's just too many. There's two different styles in New Japan and obviously here in WWE, and Logan Paul does not compare to any of those. I can tell you that for sure. But don't get me wrong, Logan Paul is very talented, and for the amount of time that he's been here in WWE, he's gotten that artwork, that professional wrestling down, and I'll give credit to the kid. He's getting better every time, and you saw what that was like last year at Survivor Series in WWE, but He's facing off with the best wrestler in all of professional wrestling, and that is Kenny Omega. And Pat, to answer your second question there, how do I feel about my title defense going in against Logan Paul? There's different things you got to be planning for. Obviously, with Logan Paul, he's gonna try to cheat. He's gonna do everything in his power, pull out some brass knucks, and I just have to be ready for that. And that one lucky punch that he has, I have to be ready for that at all times. Because if I'm not, then we may have an upset and we may have a new NXT champion. But I'm not gonna allow that to happen, and I guarantee you that won't happen. Kenny Omega is the best. And I'm not trying to be cocky about it, but that's how I have to be as your NXT champion, ladies and gentlemen. I have to defend it for not only myself, but for all of you. And I'm not going to allow some snot-nosed kid like Logan Paul that has got it going in his direction right now, who thinks he can just take out anyone and everybody for this opportunity. I'm going to showcase my skills, and I'm going to out-wrestle him in a couple weeks' time. Logan Paul, if you can hear me, or even if you're in this building still, I need you to know this. In a couple weeks' time, you're going to go back to staying catering or staying at home with your family, because there's not a chance that you're going to be defeating me and becoming this new NXT champion. So do what you need, train how you need to train, but in 2 weeks, all you're going to be hearing is still NXT champion Kenny Omega. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is main event time. A match that we saw earlier on tonight. It was a big 6-man tag team matchup that ended in a countout. And as of lately, it seems like we love countouts. Anybody doing everything in their power to necessarily take out that count-out victory. And if you notice who it is, it's the superstars that tend to be the ones that we don't care for, the ones that are the ones we don't cheer for necessarily. But that's going to happen sometimes, and as you can tell in these guys' face, they are not too happy about coming out here once again and having to wrestle. But that's what we love about Adam Pearce. Hey, you think you're going to get out of this easily? No, you're not. And they're probably thinking, hey, that last tag team matchup before us, they had a count-out victory. Why aren't you restarting that matchup? Which, rightfully so. But, I mean, you can't, not every match you can restart, even with a count-out victory. Sometimes, Adam Pearce will allow that referee's decision to kind of continue, but Adam Pearce is saying, hey, I wanted to see you guys wrestle. I wanted to see how this matchup was going to turn out. And, he's the one that makes the matches, makes the rules at the end of the day. So tonight, we're seeing a 6-man tag team tornado tag team matchup. We'll see if the D'Angelo family is ready, as we're going to have Dragon Lee making his way back down to the ring here. Very talented superstar. Dragon Lee looking a little different compared to what he was earlier on tonight, but he is ready. He's got his fresh drip on. He is ready to come out here tonight and bring the fight to them, and hopefully for their sake walk out victorious, because tonight we got that 6-man tornado tag team matchup. But in just a couple weeks' time, we're having Tony D'Angelo defending that NXT North American Championship against the man that spits in the face of people who are not cool, Carlito of the LWO. Certainly going to be a big-time matchup there. Rey Mysterio's in this tag team matchup, certainly with Rey Mysterio taking on everyone and anyone in the terms of this LWO group. Certainly it's a nice thing to see for Rey to bring back the LWO, but also bring in some very talented superstars in it and lead them into the future. As now we wait for Carlito and Rey Mysterio to make his way down to the ring, ladies and gentlemen. As now here comes Carlito. A man that probably surprised everyone in that Battle Royal recently, walking out victorious. Carlito definitely looks fired up, but I'm really looking forward to see how this is going to be looking in just a couple weeks. Tony D'Angelo, Carlito. Carlito's been around wrestling for a very, very long time. Just recently coming back, part of the LWO. Certainly a man that knows how to get the job done. He was in WWE in the early 2000s. Probably what, 2004, 2005, if that kind of range, if not a little bit sooner. But certainly a talented wrestler, and definitely gives his best no matter what. Cheer for him or you happen to boo him. This man, he's a veteran, and I would definitely say he's going to be a Hall of Famer one day for sure. As now here comes Rey Mysterio, a multi-time former United States champion. Rey Mysterio looking to bring the championship gold to Carlito in just a couple weeks' time. And also for Rey Mysterio himself and Santos Escobar, former Raw Tag Team Champions, if I do remember correctly. So, you know, Rey Mysterio, he's definitely won his fair share of big matches in his career, despite him being, you know, obviously the underdog in a lot of fights. You gotta love the underdog a lot of times in these type of matches. But for these superstars tonight, you know, are they fully 100%? You know, obviously it was a count-out victory earlier on tonight. Didn't have a full-fledged match necessarily. But we'll see how it goes, because in this Tornado Tag Team matchup, ladies and gentlemen, anything can happen, anything goes. No disqualifications, no countouts, pinfall or submission has to happen in the middle of that ring as a big maneuver takes down the North American champion. Carlito sending a message. It's Corbin with a big punch there, knocking out Carlito for just a brief time. And if I think if Baron Corbin can figure it out, a part of the D'Angelo family, I think Corbin can figure out his career, man. He's been in WWE for a very long time. I remember him having a short Intercontinental Championship reign as of an actual day. He won the Mr. Money in the Bank briefcase from Finn Balor, and, you know, Corbin could not, you know, use it correctly, and then used it as a failed cash-in. And he just has not been able to really figure himself out. He's been kind of been all over the place in the tag teams and everything. But we'll see if Tony D'Angelo can turn Corbin's career around and really figure it out. As Mysterio able to get out of this with a big old head scissors takedown there of D'Angelo. Corbin trying to fight two luchadors right now, just pushing them both away. Corbin now DDT to Rey Mysterio. You got Stax and Carlito on the other side as Corbin rubs it in everybody's face here tonight, saying, hey, you know what? You want to give me some more airtime tonight? I will gladly take it, and I will gladly beat your fan favorites again. Big pinfall opportunity here from Carlito, looking to pick up a big win over Corbin, but Carlito not able to keep Corbin down long enough. Big takedown there of Stax. D'Angelo, oh, going for the X handle. I'm surprised he didn't try to go after Mysterio outside there, but, you know, Angelo's not necessarily the high flyer, so I guess it's one of those things where you got to really decide, hey, what's the best for me? And I think D'Angelo didn't really want to sacrifice himself this early into this matchup. As we got Stax and Corbin coming after Mysterio. You got Dragon Lee taking it to the North American champion here at ringside. And now here comes Carlito, the #1 contender. Let's see if Carlito can somehow help the LWO here tonight. Big opportunity to get a win back in the column for him despite losing earlier on tonight via a countout. As D'Angelo and Dragon Lee going at it on top of your screen there, ladies and gentlemen. Stax coming right after that lower back of Carlito. This ain't going to be feeling good. Oh, big kick to the chest there. Just going to work on that arm little by little, ladies and gentlemen. As we got Stax, Carlito again. Just kind of slowly but surely take it to him. But looks like Dragon Lee's going to look to insert himself. Try to help out Carlito at any means necessary, but look at that. There's the muscle of the group, you could say. End of days to Dragon Lee. That could do it. Is that enough? Big win coming in for the D'Angelo family, but unfortunately for them, we had Rey Mysterio break it up, but Corbin looking very impressive right now. It's taken him a little bit longer to actually do something, but I mean, hey, if Corbin starts waking up, this NXT roster may want to be on the lookout, if I'm honest with you. As now Mysterio, big old suplex, little shades of the late great Eddie Guerrero, gonna want to go with a trifecta of suplexes. Here comes Mysterio connecting with all three of them. Can Mysterio pick up a win here? Pinfall. No, strong kick out there from Stacks. And oh no, did you see that punch there from Corbin? I think you can kind of see the blood flowing through Mysterio's mask, but luckily for Mysterio kicking out at the very last second. We probably mentioned this multiple times throughout Corbin's career, but he is a bare-knuckle fighter, and he's won multiple bare-knuckle fighting championships. So when you're facing off with Baron Corbin, especially, you do not want him, hitting those type of maneuvers, ladies and gentlemen. This is a nice drop kick to the face, but look at Corbin. Corbin right back up to his feet. That's pure adrenaline from Corbin. If that would have happened before to a man like Corbin, he probably would have stayed down as Carlito breaks it up. I think Dragon Lee actually would have kicked out there. This match a lot better, obviously, compared to what we saw in that normal tag team matchup. A lot of chaos. Everybody loves a certain amount of chaos, but certainly a lot better than a count-out victory so far. And Stacks, oh my goodness, was about to pick up the win. Carlito right there, right place, right time. Is a big power bomb there from Carlito. Mysterio hitting a big maneuver on Corbin. Is he able to pick up a win here? No, Corbin with a strong kick out. And if you guys are just tuning in, this is your main event. Oh my goodness, Dragon Lee with a suicide dive. Earlier on tonight, we saw a count-out victory in a six-man tag team match, a normal six-man tag team match from the D'Angelo family via a count-out. Adam Pearce has made a surprise decision saying, hey, we need a main event. Let's make a big main event. Let's make it a six-man tornado tag team matchup as a Canadian destroyer from Rey Mysterio to the NXT North American champion. But no dice there in the terms of a pinfall. And I'm glad that Adam Pearce made this matchup. There's a lot of times where there's NXT general managers or any general managers in general that make certain decisions that they have to live with. But hey, you want to see a certain tag team matchup go a certain way, as D'Angelo here. Ooh, Carlito right there to break it up. But there's certain matches that end a certain way that leaves a bad taste in your mouth, and I think for Adam Pearce, that's what really happened. He wanted to see these guys fight each other tonight, especially get a little preview between D'Angelo and Carlito, those two that are going to be facing each other in a couple weeks' time for the North American Championship. We wanted to see how that was going to fare out. There's a big clothesline decapitating Dragon Lee there. That might be it. Big clothesline decapitating Dragon Lee. And it is a big win for the D'Angelo family, going 2-0 tonight. One via a countout and one via a strong clothesline from your North American champion, ladies and gentlemen. Big win. And this is the momentum that the D'Angelo family needed, and we'll see how they go from here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you on Friday Night SmackDown.